EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway in Allegiant Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. On play action, here's Ritter. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Ritter. And this one is incomplete.
A third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage of that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Hey, Red.
2nd and 10 now. It's Ritter. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
The 7th play now, this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
6, 7, 3.
Ritter now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line.
Go red. Smash red. Slide 2. Blocker 6. Ready?
Ritter off to play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here in Vegas. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd and 5. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we have.
There he goes, left side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing, Duggan. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Carlson is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. Falcons out there for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Blue striker.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Black Ultra. Clear green. 43 rail. Ready?
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Ritter. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Ritter back to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Duggan looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this.
There he goes, right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with first and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
Black shot. Ready.
Back to throw, Ritter. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Falcons are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Duggan now to throw. That's complete to Jalen Hyatt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hyatt goes in motion left. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Powerful running. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A stoppage here following the play, and it looks like Josh Jacobs was shaken up and in need of some assistance. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now a throw here, hauled in. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The ball comes out. Well, one of the linebackers has got it. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Blue, go. Red, yellow, stick, mega. Set, go.
On 1st down, Ritter going for the deep ball. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Come on, set.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow, go. Smack, red. Ready.
A handoff left, Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Watch it. 6. Ready?
Ritter to throw it. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Red. Cycle. Set.
Working from the gun, Ritter. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Fight. White.
Ritter will set up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Let's go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Needle blue. Green jack. Road 52. Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
21. Raiders 3.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Let's go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Duggan will look to throw this. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Here's Duggan to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Duggan. He's got it. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a two-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Ritter on first and 10. And the Raiders have got him. Tyree Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go, sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Ritter. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Red, yellow.
Ritter from the gun on third down. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. First down, here's Ritter. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bengals are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he'll take this forward to the 27.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run, and at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Hyatt goes in motion left. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And now off to the races, down the right side. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing, Duggan. And he whips that one incomplete there.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On second down, Jacobs. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Hyatt goes in motion left. To throw is Duggan. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, Ritter. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and they're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They're a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or...
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Mayer there to bring it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st and 10, Dugan. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Now they pitch to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Dugan. Completed to Hyatt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Raiders first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down.
Back to throw again. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Duggan looking to throw.
It's caught. This is White. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. It's a quarterback sneak, and I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. They'll go with a keeper. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah, totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Oh, they'll run the option right. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So now, factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back. the big bruiser who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Ready.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They keep on the ground with Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Ready.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that.